In today's lecture, we are going to learn about Python data types. In our previous lecture, we have discussed about Python variables. That is the container in which you can store your data. So now the type of the data that we want to specify, we are going to discuss under the data type section. So for example, I want to store the detail of a student. To store the detail of the student, what do I need? I can have the student name. I can have the student roll number, and I can have the student marks. Let's assign some data. The name can be Python, roll number can be 101, and marks can be 78.5. So basically, on the left side, we have the variable names, and on the right side, we have the values that we want to store inside the variables. So as we can see here, the type of the data, the type of the value is different here. Like what? Inside the name having alphabetical type of values, roll number have simple numeric values, and marks have decimal type of values. So this is what our topics suggest, data types. The type of the value that we want to store inside the variable is known as data type. Fine. So basically, Python has 5 fundamental data types, fundamental 5 primitive data types, you can say, predefined data types, you can say. That is, first one is numeric. Second one is dictionary. Third one is Boolean. Fourth one is set. And fifth one is sequence type. They have further classification as numeric can be integer, float, and complex. And sequence type can have string, list, and tuple. Let's have a look. As specified, Python strings. So basically anything that is written inside single or double quotes, that is going to termed as string. For example, you have enclosed a is equals to Python inside the double quotes, and 123 inside double quotes, a is equals to pi 123 in single quotes. So this everything is in string, right? And for example, you have simple data is equals to 123, that is going to termed as class integer, and a is equals to 123.56, anything that you want to specify, that is going to be float. And one data type is Boolean. Boolean can have the two values, that is the class bool. Boolean can have true and false value. So for example, for true, the T should be capital, and for false, F should be capital. So it would be bool, right? And if you want to store some kind of real and imaginary values, like a is equals to 12 plus 13j, that is the imaginary part, then it's going to return you class complex, that is the data type complex. Fine. So if we want to check the data type, so we have the predefined function as type here. I would like to demonstrate. For example, is equals to 5. I want to check the data type of variable a. So what I'm going to do to display the output, I'll be using print here. Then to check the data type, I have this predefined function as type, which is going to accept one argument. That would be the name of the variable whose data type you want to check. So I want to check the data type of a. So now I have to specify the variable name here. Now run the file. Right. So it has returned class integer. And if I've done it as 5.78, it's going to return this float value. And if you have 4 plus 6j, that's going to return complex. And if you have a is equals to true, T should be capital here, it's going to return class Boolean. Similarly, if you want to store some alphabetical type of values, some string values, so we can use either single or double quote. So it's going to return class string str, right? You can specify that is in single quote here also. Class string. Now, as in C and C++, we used to have a topic as array. That is a homogeneous collection of data elements. Like if we want to store more than one values inside the single variable, we can use that particular array. So in the same manner, we have list here, dictionaries here, tuple here. So if I want to store some group values 23, 67, and Python, that is heterogeneous basically. So it's going to return class list here. We would be discussing list tuple dictionary in the separate video in detail. This is just for the introductory part. And for example, if I change this parentheses, circle brackets is going to return class tuple. Right? We have one more category, that is dictionary, in which you can use your data using objects that can have the key and value pairs. They can be, this is not mandatory, like it should be 1, 2, 3. It can be anything. It's going to return class dictionary. Right? So data type is somewhat the type of the data you want to store inside the variable, and we have different categories based on that. So this way we can store the values and we can specify the data. As Python is statistically typed, so we need not to specify the data type of variable in advance. We can simply assign the values and we can store the data. Right? So this was all about data type. Thank you.